Welcome to Futari again. Today we're gonna review Shoujo Shuumatsu. Here is Chito having a seizure. Hope you guys enjoyed. So basically the show is about two Moya blobs wandering about a devastated wasteland in a post-apocalyptic world in their cute little Captain Crab, trying to find human existence other than themselves. Right?
Very well put.
How do you like the show?
It's pretty good, man. I liked it from the very beginning. It has an extremely engaging intro. They start off in their little tank and they're just wandering around. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, right?
They look so cute, but what are they doing?
Right?
Where are they going? You'll become captivated like straight off the bat because it sets you up for something. Like it makes you want to know more about what.
It's kind of like Made in Abyss. I think this come out right after Made in Abyss.
Oh,
so
really?
I think they're trying to jump on that wave
mysterious,
of success. Yeah.
like eerie. Where are you going? What are you
Moya
doing?
mixed with mystery.
Yeah. And would you say it's kind of like slice of life as well? A little
Kind
bit?
of, yeah.
Yeah, so it also has that component too, where you're just watching them wander through this weird world, and they're getting into some scenarios. They aren't like crazy. Sometimes they're not these crazy scenarios. Sometimes it could be something very small, like oh hey, they're trying to make music off the rain. Something like that. But it's very enjoyable.
Very heartwarming.
It's charming. It's wholesome. It's a nice change of pace for like some of that other like
More
crazy
action
battle
show.
shonen or
Yeah.
something like that. I would say it's more on like an art piece kind of thing. Music, sound, and animation are very married together to give you this special feeling. You know, I was engaged almost the whole time. It's wholesome. And I think the show also has a very philosophical themes along the way.
Well,
you know?
it's funny you mentioned that because the author, when she wrote it, she was like, she's having depression. She was like,
oh wow, yes. And
so that's why you can feel the angst behind the mood of the story.
Yeah, and remember the map guy, the guy who gives the camera.
Yeah.
I think he asked something like, what is the meaning of life, right? I think Chisato, she's like, well, you know what? Sometimes there is no reason to live.
Yeah.
I think they're like, what's the reason to live? Why live? She's like, you know what? Sometimes you don't need a reason.
Yeah.
Throughout life, every now and then, there's just little little things.
It sounds like the type of question that someone would, like suicidal thoughts.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and he was feeling suicidal.
Yeah.
He was feeling suicidal because he had just lost his entire work, his entire life's work of building those maps.
I think that's a good point you bring up. I think that photographer guy is probably the author projecting herself. Like what do I do now? I just I lost everything.
Yes.
What's the meaning of life?
Yeah, I love those little philosophical points throughout. There was another one with the airplane story. Remember, she's building this airplane. This one really hit close to home, and it's about failure. And she built, she spent so much time like building that airplane only to fail.
Yeah.
But you know what she said at the end when she's like falling, and she failed in the parachute? She's like, you know what? The one thing about failure that is great is that you feel this immense like resolve. It's like, damn, I failed, but now I can relax. Because I tried my best.
Yeah.
And now
you don't
I
have
failed.
any regrets anymore.
And now there's this huge like, now I can just relax.
Yeah.
Hey, I tried it. I did it. I at least fucking tried it, and I did it. And now it's time to grow from it. I thought that was a great one too, man. Lots of good stuff. It doesn't stop there, man. I mean, this story has an amazing ending.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not.
It's depressing, but I think it's kind of meaningful.
Yeah.
Considering the type of situation that they're in, the world it's in. So I think that's the only possible ending.
Wow, man. I just love that final I think that was the final episode, right?
Yeah, it's bittersweet.
That was touching, man.
Yeah,
because she finds out what's he?
Chisato.
Chisato, right?
Yeah.
Chisato finds out that like, I actually really do like the one thing that I would really care if I lost my friend. She means so much to me.
Yeah.
Like I think right then and there she found out that her friend meant the world to her.
Friendship
She's like, if
goals.
you're not with me, like I don't have anything to live for. I think that's what I thought. And that was wholesome as fuck, man.
Yeah.
That scene, like at the end, I was like crying. The music, that song was so touching, man. Ah!
For me, this show is a 10 over 10. It's a perfect mix of comedy, moe, suspense, and drama elements. It's a very unique experience that I would highly recommend. Let's get to the characters. How do you like the characters in the show? There's only like 2 main characters.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I keep saying Chisato. It's supposed to be Chito.
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 Yeah, Chito. Yeah. Okay, Chito. You know, okay, Chito. We'll delete all of them.
Who do you like better between Chito and Yuuri?
Oh, that's hard, man. I have to say,
I guess it comes down to either like you like blonde or you like black.
you can make a decision that way. Yes, I love them both, man. I can't choose.
That's a pretty that's a pretty boring answer.
I know,
the type of answer that all the harem protagonists would say. Who would you pick in the end?
No,
how about all of them?
Just keep both, all of them. Yeah, why not? You like Yuuri, don't you? You like Yuuri.
I criticize you, but I'm in the same boat. I cannot decide myself either. That's why I asked this question. I really enjoy the bickering, the manzai routine in which Chito is the straight man, aka Tsukomi, and Yuuri is like the bokke, the funny man.
Like an old married couple, yeah.
Yeah. I also love Nuko. And I assume you do too, right, Ryouko?
Oh right? Yeah, of course,
right?
Yeah, I love Nuko.
Cat lover.
Yeah, I love Nuko. And then you're gonna see. Here, I'll show you. See? I ain't fucking around. You see that?
He's a cat maniac. Nuko. It's actually a pun on Neko, which is a cat in Japanese, and it actually influenced me to call every cat Nuko from now on. Yeah, Nuko. 10 over 10 for Nuko. Alright, so let's move on to the art. How do you like the art?
Oh, art 9 out of 10 as well. Wow, it was fantastic, man. It's a beauty to watch. The scenes are very well thought out, you know. They're grandiose. You get some beautiful scenes, them looking at the moon or something, or the sunrise or something like that. Very beautiful. It's a feast upon the eyes. They put a lot of work into this. This is art.
The art, in my opinion, is very similar to Ume Aoki, who is the author of Hidamari's sketch as well as Madoka. The girl are very adorable moe blobs, but it's not the character that impressed me, but rather the background. How simple it looks, and yet it's so deep and intriguing.
Yes, man. Yeah, the cities, the fallen cities. Wow, man. So much so detailed, you know?
Yeah. So for me, I give it a 10 over 10. This is a perfect example of how simple and clean sometimes is better than overly complicated and overly complex art. Let's move on to the music.
Oh, the music was great, man. It fit the atmosphere perfectly. And you know, they're not fucking around with the music. Like it's very perfectly placed. Like the moments and the emotion they want to evoke, it's perfect timing. A lot of those scenes, along with the music, like it just makes you feel something, man. That's special to me. I always give like high regards to that. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Same old question, OP or ED?
Oh, fuck, man.
More one night or
OP, man. I give the OP. What about you?
Same too. I love both.
Both
the
good.
thing is, the OP is too good with all the dabbing, all the the moves. And like I said, right, more one night, and then how can we forget the catchy? That's too cute. So overall, how do you like the show?
9 out of 10. I think everyone should have the pleasure to watch, especially if you're a fan of like kind of like artsy type of stuff. It's phenomenal. Great dynamics with characters. 9 out of 10. You should watch this. Yes. Right. What do you think?
Like I said, not many anime can successfully blend comedy, moe, and drama into a unique blend that makes it so delectable. That void feeling that you have after you watch something so enjoyable, that's exactly what I felt. So for me, it's a solid 10. It's definitely among my my most favorite anime that I ever watched.
Oh, awesome.
So I do highly recommend the show, and if you do like the show, consider giving us a thumb up for the recommendation. And as always, pleasure talking to you, and see you guys next time.
See you, everybody. Enjoy.